Okay. So today we have to start with tense. What do you know about tense? Tense. Anybody knows anything about tense? Yes, Pratham. What is tense, beta?
Ma'am, it is electrical nerve stimulation.
Electrical nerve stimulation. Okay. So what is T in it?
Transcutaneous electric nerve stimulation. It is the application of low frequency current.
Yeah. Please, can you repeat it again? It is trans. Kajal. Cutaneous.
Transcutaneous electric
Hmm.
nerve stimulation.
Electrical nerve stimulation. Yes. Okay. So one by one, we look after each and every word. What do you mean by transcutaneous? What is cutaneous in it?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
skin.
it means
Superficial.
skin.
Skin. Okay. What is trans? What is trans, students? In transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. What is trans? What is trans according to normal English language? Yes, Pratham, Kajal. Pratham, you were answering something, beta. Pratham, am
Yes,
I
ma'am.
audible?
Ma'am,
Yes.
yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am. That's why I'm thinking, ma'am. What can transcutaneous mean?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm thinking, ma'am, processing it.
Okay. Kajal, Astha,
Yes, ma'am.
what is trans? What do you mean by the word trans? What do you mean by the word trans? Anyone? Hera, what is trans? Hera, Ria?
Ma'am, good
Yes,
morning, ma'am.
Preeti. Good morning,
Ma'am,
Preeti. Yes.
across, like beyond something.
Yeah, beyond something. Okay, so we'll go again to the PPT. So it is inside the skin. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so it is transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. What do you mean by electrical nerve stimulation? Yes, tell me what is electrical nerve stimulation would be. Yes, yes, students.
Ma'am,
Electrical nerve stimulation ka what do you mean by these three terms?
ma'am,
Yes,
stimulation of nerve with the help of electric current.
yes, stimulation of nerve with the help of electrical current. So, TENS is clear to all of you? Yes, what it stands for? Okay, so as the name specifies, it is beyond skin stimulation of the nerve through the electrical current. Okay, students. So, the second thing comes here, as Kajal has rightly been pointed out, that it is the usage of low frequency current. Okay, students. So, how will we define it? It is the method of electrical stimulation which aims to provide a degree of pain relief, that is only symptomatic pain relief, by specifically exciting sensory nerves and thereby stimulating either the pain gate mechanism and or the opiate system. Am I clear? So there are 5 points when we define the first. It is a method of electrical stimulation. All of you agree? Yes.
Yes,
Secondly,
ma'am.
primarily it aims to pain relief, and that is symptomatic pain relief. Correct? Correct, students? Now, if it is doing pain relief, there must be some mechanism which are underlying for the pain relief. So the number one is by exciting the sensory nerves. So when they are exciting the sensory nerves, they are doing two mechanisms. Either they are doing the pain gate mechanism, okay, and the second is opioid system. Is it clear to everybody, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what is the mechanism of action? So, first of all, we will be dealing with possible pain relieving mechanism. Okay. So, in which the number one is activation of pain gate mechanism. Okay. Second is stimulation of descending pain suppression system and endogenous opioid mechanism. The central biasing theory, and fourth is removal of endings from within the damaged area. Okay, so the mechanism of action, the possible pain relieving mechanism consists of four mechanisms. Number one is activation of pain gate mechanism. Second is stimulation of descending pain depression system and endogenous opioid mechanism. Third is central biasing theory. And fourth is removal of these substances which stimulate pain nerve endings from within the damaged area. Yes, students. Yes, students.
Yes,
Am
ma'am.
I?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So the name of the mechanisms are clear to all of you. See, just
Yes,
by
ma'am.
reading TENS, it is very easy, okay? It is just the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. But the underlying mechanisms which are responsible for causing the pain relief mechanism are very essential. Are you all understanding that, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? So, can somebody tell me how many mechanisms are there?
Ma'am, 4.
Four. Okay. Priya, what are the name of the mechanisms?
Yes, ma'am. First is activation of pain gating mechanism,
Hmm.
and second is stimulation of descending pain suppression
Hmm.
system, and
Hmm.
opioid mechanism, and third
Hmm.
is central biasing theory, and
Hmm.
fourth removal of substances which stimulate the pain nerve ending.
Hmm. Okay. Very nice. Very good. Okay. Then we again move ahead. Beta, you missed central biasing theory. Central biasing theory, Ria. The endogenous opioid mechanism and the descending pain suppression system, they come under one mechanism. Am I clear, Ria?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible, Preeti?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, so the opioid mechanism is in the descending pain suppression system, and another theory is the central biasing theory. Now, as we have discussed in this slide, that they are exciting the sensory nerves. They are exciting the sensory nerves. Okay. So we need to go into the details of what are the primary afferent fibers or the sensory nerves. Okay, okay, students. So there's A beta, A delta, and C fibers. Okay, students. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes,
See, if
ma'am.
you'll not respond,
Yes,
how will
ma'am.
I know that you are listening to me or not, right? So how do we classify all three types of sensory fibers? For these, because these sensory fibers are responsible for stimulating the sensory nerves, and until and unless we are not stimulating the sensory nerves, the mechanism of action of TENS to pain relief won't be suffice. Agree? All of you agree with that? Is this
Yes, ma'am.
concept
Yes,
clear
ma'am.
to all of
Yes,
you?
ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the sensory fibers, there are three types of fibers. That is A beta, A delta, and C fibers. So according to the diameter, myelination, conduction velocity, receptor activation threshold, and sensation on stimulation, they are being differentiated. ठीक है? Because अगर एक ही काम करते होते तो they would have classified as one kind of fibers, right, students? Because they have discretion and the difference, because they have the discretion and the difference, therefore they are being there is the difference between all three types of fibers, right? On the basis of diameter, myelination, conduction velocity, receptor activation threshold, and sensation on stimulation. So for A beta fibers, they are large diameter. For A delta and C fibers, they are small diameter fibers. The myelination is high in A beta, whereas in A delta it is thin, and in C fibers it is unmyelinated. The conduction velocity is around more than 40 millisecond, and the A delta is between 5 to 15 millisecond. The C fibers is less than 2 millisecond. The receptor activation threshold is low in A beta, whereas in A delta it is high and low, whereas in C fibers it is high. Now what about the sensation on stimulation? Right, which sensation they are getting activated? So for A beta fibers, it is for line touch and non-noxious, and A delta fibers, it is rapid, sharp, localized pain, and in C fibers, they are slow, diffuse, dull pain. Am I clear to everybody, students? Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now we also study about ascending pain pathway, because while this is the excitation or the action onto the sensory nerves, there are two mechanisms which will take place. Okay, one is the pain gate mechanism and the other is the opioid mechanism. So to understand that, you need to have a general conceptualization of ascending pain pathway. So in it we have spinothalamic tract. Now what is the role of spinothalamic tract? As we have discussed in anatomy also, the spinothalamic tract, that is the lateral and the anterior spinothalamic tract, they transmit signals that are important for pain localization. Okay, then we have spinorecticular tract. This pathway is involved in emotional aspects of pain. So the major role of these fibers is thought to be general arousal rather than the sensory discrimination. Okay, so how does they move? They are being connected from the cortex, thalamus, midbrain projection by PAG. PAG is periaqueductal gray matter. Okay, then there is brainstem reticular formation, and they are being moved from the dorsal horn of the spinal cord. Okay, now what is happening? The blue one which you can see here is for the C fibers. So we have discussed right now, C fibers are what kind of fibers? Are they large in diameter or small diameter fibers? Yes, students.
Small diameter.
Yes,
Ma'am.
small diameter fibers. Are they myelinated or unmyelinated?
Non-myelinated.
Non-myelinated. So what is happening when the C fibers, they are moving, they are crossing through the spinothalamic tract and they are going to the cortex, right? And this is the A delta. This is C fibers, and is A delta is large diameter or small diameter. They are
Large
also
diameter.
नहीं बेटा,
Large.
स्मॉल डायमीटर ही होते हैं. ए डेल्टा भी स्मॉल डायमीटर ही होते हैं बेटा. बट इसमें क्या होता है कि माइलिनेशन होता है. तो अगर माइलिनेशन होता है तो कंडक्शन वेलोसिटी वुड बी बेटर. यस और नो? व्हाट इज द सिग्निफिकेंस ऑफ माइलिन शीट? माइलिन शीट की सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है? सो दैट द कंडक्शन वेलोसिटी इज बेटर. यस और नो स्टूडेंट्स?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. तो जो आपका ए डेल्टा और सी होते हैं वो दोनों ही स्मॉल डायमीटर फाइबर्स होते हैं. बट जो ए डेल्टा होता है दैट इज थिनली माइलिनेटेड, सो इट्स कंडक्शन वेलोसिटी इज बेटर देन दी सी फाइबर्स. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, now we come to the inhibition of pain transmission. So now we come to the gate control theory of pain. Beta, this is a very important theory. Gate mechanism, gate control theory, it is very, very important. Okay, so it was proposed by Melzek and Wall in 1965. It is also known as Melzek and Wall theory. Okay. Now, what does it tell you? See, it tells you a process through which there is inhibition of pain at the level of spinal cord. Okay, inhibition of pain at the level of spinal cord. Okay. But what happens in gate control theory? There's only and only recruitment of large diameter A beta fibers. Am I clear, students? Am I clear, students?
No,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
can you repeat?
What happened? Was I not audible?
No,
Okay.
ma'am, समझ नहीं आया.
देखो, in the gate control theory, this you have understood that who has given it, right?
Yes,
देखो
ma'am.
बेटा,
Yes, ma'am.
देखो बेटा, पेन रिलीफ हो रहा है, ठीक है. अगर पेन रिलीफ हो रहा है तो कहीं पे जो पेन का ट्रैक्ट होगा, पेन कैसे होता है? पेन इज ऑल्सो अ स्टिमुलेशन. यस और नो? Pain is
Yes, ma'am.
stimulation
Yes,
which is
ma'am.
governed by the spinal cord and the central nervous system. Agree or disagree?
Ma'am, agree.
Students agree? ठीक है. So it is due to the stimulation of some tract in the central nervous system. Okay. So it is saying that there is inhibition of pain at the level of spinal cord. मतलब कि कुछ ऐसा होगा spinal cord में when we apply TENS due to the activation of A beta fibers कि dorsal horn के fibers activate हो जाएंगे and there will be inhibition of pain signals. यानी कि when we apply TENS, so how the symptomatic pain relief is going to occur? So if the pain relief is going to occur through the Melzek and Wall gate control theory, then it will only and only focusing on the large diameter A beta fibers. This much is clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. अब होता क्या है? This is unmodulated pain. यानी कि अभी पेन हो रहा है पेशेंट को. This is modulation of pain, that is the TENS has been applied and now there is pain relief. So how this pain relief is being occurring? So now I will tell you normally हमें pain होता कैसे. ठीक है. This the C fibers from the nociceptors, they have a positive action onto the inhibitory interneurons. So they give a positive action to the secondary order neuron and there is strong signal sent to the thalamus that the pain is occurring at this site. Is it clear? This is what normally happens with you and me. जब ये वाला ट्रैक जो सी फाइबर्स जा रहे हैं ना ऊपर, ये थैलेमस की तरफ जाके स्ट्रॉन्ग सिग्नल कैसे दे रहे हैं? क्योंकि जो इनहिबिटरी इंटरन्यूरॉन्स है, दे आर गेटिंग रिक्रूटेड. सो व्हाइल दे आर गेटिंग रिक्रूटेड, देयर इज सेंसेशन ऑफ पेन which is at the level of the thalamus, so we can feel that we are having pain. Am I clear? Now, pain also has two aspects. One is through the pain localization through the spinothalamic tract. Okay, the other is emotional aspect of pain, which is through the spinorecticular tract. This much is clear to you कि normally pain होता कैसे है? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है. अब अगर आपने टेंस दिया तो पेन रिलीफ कैसे होगा गेट कंट्रोल थ्योरी से? That I am discussing. जब when you apply tense, there is stimulation of large diameter fibers. ठीक है? So for us, the large diameter fibers is the A beta fibers. Yes or no? Yes or no? What are the
Yes,
Yes,
large
ma'am.
yes.
diameter fibers? ठीक है? तो क्या हो रहा है? When we apply TENS from the skin, the mechanoreceptors are recruiting. ठीक है? So they are directly also going to the central nervous system, that is the dorsal column or the posterior column. Okay. They are also having a positive action to the inhibitory interneuron. So once if they have a positive interaction onto the inhibitory interneuron at the level of central nervous system, automatically there will be weak signal of pain which would be reaching to the thalamus. Am I clear now, students? क्लियर हुआ या नहीं हुआ? बेटा बोलो. यस. जिशान, हमाद, हमद, अरोबा, अनुभव, अनीशा, अल्फिया, आस्था. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Only one
Yes,
student is
ma'am.
saying yes, ma'am. I
मैम
will
मेरी आवाज
explain you.
नहीं आ
आ
रही?
रही है, आ रही है, आ रही है. I will explain you again. See, normally how do we feel pain? Okay, there is recruitment of small diameter fibers, that is A delta and C fibers. Okay, they have a negative action on the inhibitory neurons, inhibitory interneurons. ठीक है? So there will be strong signal of pain at the level of thalamus. Normally this is happening. This much is clear to everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ठीक है?
ma'am.
अब when the pain gate mechanism is working, what is happening? When we apply TENS, okay, there is stimulation of what? Large diameter A beta fibers,
Fibers, ma'am.
right? So they are having a positive action or excitatory action on inhibitory interneurons, right? Right? at the
Yes,
level of
ma'am.
CNS. So this is giving a weak signal to thalamus for pain. That is why we feel pain relief. Is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
That this is very important, because once if it this is not clear, then opioid to is much more deeper. This much is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so we can move to the next, right? So as Ria was also discussing, that the first is the pain gate mechanism, that is Melzek and Wall gate control theory, which was given in 1965, in which there is recruitment of large diameter A beta fibers. Okay. The second is descending suppression system. Okay, so we will be talking about descending inhibition. Now, what does this mean? Dekho beta. For understanding what descending inhibition is, you need to know about certain terms. Okay, like periaqueductal gray, which comes with the abbreviation of PAG, which is in the midbrain. Okay, and the rostral ventromedial medulla, they are involved. Okay, now what happens? These two centers, that is the PAG and RVM, they contain high concentration of opioid receptors and endogenous opioids. Okay. Now, when this descending pathway project to the dorsal horn and inhibit brain transmission. Now, what do this mean? See, all of you know there are two types of tract. One is the ascending tract and the other is the descending tract. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So, which tract is sensory and which tract is motor? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, descending is
I'm
motor,
ascending.
ascending is sensory.
Descending is motor and ascending is
Sensory.
sensory. ठीक है. अब ये डिसेंडिंग पाथवे कह रहा है, तो अगर ये डिसेंडिंग पाथवे कर रहा है तो दिस इज इन कोरिलेशन विद द कि सेंसरी रिसेप्टर्स जो हैं दे आर गॉट रिक्रूटेड, राइट? नाउ देयर इज वर्क ऑफ द डिसेंडिंग पाथवे फॉर इट्स रिएक्शन. ठीक है, तो ये जो दो पाथवे बनाते हैं, दैट इज पेरीएक्विडक्टल ग्रे विच इज इन द ब्रेन एंड द वेंट्रोमीडियल मेडुला. ठीक है, दे इनहिबिट द ब्रेन ट्रांसमिशंस. ठीक है, अब वो कैसे आता है? Because these pathways are monoaminergic, which will modulate certain transmitters. ठीक है, like dopamine, norepinephrine, histamine in the brain. So what is happening? Can you see the cortical subcortical stimulus? Yes. Then there is stimulus to the periaqueductal gray matter, right? Then at the level of midbrain itself, there will be inhibitory non-adrenergic system. Then we have Raphe nuclei that has inhibitory serotonergic system. Then at the level of spinal cord, we have inhibitory dorsal horn synapses. Then we have ascending spinothalamic tract, and then there is reflex stimulation of motor neuron. While this is happening, what is happening? That the brain can secrete its own analgesic substance such as endorphins that will modulate the pain. So what are endorphins? Endorphins are neuropeptides that are acting on the central nervous system and peripheral nervous system to reduce pain. So they have the similar pharmacological effect as morphine. Is it clear to everybody? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
This
Yes,
one
ma'am.
is easy than the pain control theory. Yes or no? Students,
Yes, ma'am.
is this easy beta? First of all, tell me, can you appreciate what is happening in the descending inhibition, the opioid mechanism? Okay, all of you must have had a painkiller ever in your life. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
when you
ma'am.
Yes,
have this
ma'am.
painkiller, okay, so when you have this painkiller, what happens? This painkiller, it stimulates the brain. Okay, and then the brain has the capacity to secrete the endorphins, and endorphins have the capacity to decrease the pain or inhibit the pain. Okay, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. Now can somebody explain me again? Yes, am I audible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am. Ma'am.
Okay, so this is inhibition of pain transmission. Now, what are the parameters which are used for TENS? So, there are four primarily parameters which are used for TENS. So, the number one is the waveform. Number one is waveform. Number two is frequency or rate. Number three is pulse width or duration. And fourth is the amplitude or intensity. So, when we talk about waveform, there are two types of waveforms. One is the square or the rectangular. The second is the triangular or the spike. So, what is the difference between both of them? In the square or the rectangular, there is instantaneous rise. In the triangular, it is rapidly rising, but not instantaneous. So, there is less skin irritating as approaches sine wave form. And in triangular, there is more skin irritating. Therefore, it requires frequent movement of electrodes or shorter treatment times to avoid skin irritation. For nerve damage, associated with pain pathology, we require square waveform. And for hypersensitive and chronic pain patients, we require square waveform. On the contrary, for acute pain or resistant tissue, we require triangular spike. And for delayed long-lasting analgesia, we require square. And for immediate short-lasting pain relief, we require triangular. Is this clear to everybody? Why, in which case request. Yes, students. इसमें स्क्वायर होता है ऐसे, इसमें ट्रायंगुलर होता है. This much is clear to you, students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Now there is high frequency and low frequency. High frequency is between 80 to 120 hertz and low frequency is 1 to 20 hertz. In the high frequency, we have recruitment of large myelinated fibers, that is A beta fibers. So it is basically used for acute pain relief. In the low frequency, we have small unmyelinated fibers which respond in less than 100 hertz. Okay. So what happens in this? When we have to have the pain release through the small unmyelinated fibers, then there will be increased endorphin production. Then therefore there will be pain relief followed the stimulation. So this is being used in the case of chronic pain. Third is the pulse width or duration. So at which pulse, which kind of a fiber is getting recruited? So when the pulse width or pulse duration is 50 µs, it is the large myelinated fibers which are recruited. When it is between 100 to 150 µs, it is normal neuromuscular system. Matlab there is normal pain relief. That means that both of the fibers would be recruited. If it is 200 µs, then only the small myelinated fibers would be recruited. And 200 to 300 µs pulse width states about the patients with neurological damage. Now, what is the amplitude or intensity? Actually, whenever you come across the term intensity, it is according to the patient's comfort. Always and always when you are using the electric current. So, the intensity which is basically being used in tenses between 1 milliampere to 100 milliampere. But after some time, what happens? The patient will accommodate to the same intensity. Yes. So at that particular time of period of time, you need to increase the intensities. Now, if the batteries of the modality are not proper or they are not fully charged, they can give less intensity. So you need to take care of that also. Now, what are the types of the TENS? There are 5 types of TENS. One is the conventional TENS or the high frequency TENS, then the equipitchal like TENS or the low frequency TENS, then we have brief TENS or intense TENS, then we have burst TENS, then have modulated TENS or modified TENS. So what is there in the conventional TENS? Okay. So now we will be discussing about each of the TENS, its principle, for how much duration it is being applied, what is the frequency, what is the pulse width, and what is the intensity. So while we talk about conventional or high TENS, the frequency is between 50 to 100 hertz. The pulse width is between 20 µs to 60 µs. The intensity is between 0 to 30 milliampere. The intensity you need to keep in this situation is till the time the patient is able to feel a tingling sensation. So what is the principle? The principle is presynaptic inhibition by pain gate mechanism by stimulating only A delta and A beta fibers. Duration is around 30 to 60 minutes once or twice daily. Acupuncture or low TENS, the frequency is between 1 to 4 hertz. The pulse width is between 150 µs to 250 µs. So intensity is between 30 to 60. They're applied to acupuncture points or motor points of muscles in the segmentally related concerned myotome. The principle is that it will recruit the A delta and the C fibers, that is small diameter sensory fibers. Okay. So when they are getting recruited, what will happen? There will be endogenous opioid system, right? Because the A delta and C fibers, they will only cause pain relief through the endogenous opioid system. And then there will be further sensory input from the basal spindle afferents, which is through the chemical theory. The duration is 20 to 30 minutes once a day. Now, what is burst tense? Tense is a series of pulses repeated 1 to 5 times a second and commonly twice. So each train or burst, it consists of number of individual pulses, the usual conventional tense frequency, which is around 50 to 100 hertz, but it is higher. This is combining both conventional and acupuncture like tense. So if it is combining both, then it would be working through which mechanism? Yes, students. Students, Astha, if the burst tense is combining both of the conventional and the acupuncture like tense, so it would be working in which theory for pain relief? Yes, students. Anybody? Khushbu,
Yes, ma'am.
किससे होगा पेन रिलीफ मैकेनिज्म burst tense में? हेरा, it will be through both.
Yes, ma'am.
कैसे होगा हेरा? कौन
Ma'am,
सी
through
रूट से
both.
होगा? हाँ, through both. Both मतलब?
Both through.
What are the names of the both routes, beta?
Ma'am, by both the pain gate mechanism and the endogenous opioids theory.
Yes. Okay. Now there is brief or intense tense. So there the frequency is more than 100 hertz and the pulse width is uh, so the pulse width is 150 to 250 millisecond and the intensity is highest level which is tolerated by the patient. So if it is this much kind of intensity is being given to the patient, there will be activation of only and only small diameter fibers, especially the A delta fibers. Okay, because they will cause the peripheral blockade of nociceptive afferent activity, that is central biasing mechanism, and that will cause the pain relief, and the duration would be around 30 to 60 minutes once or twice daily. What about modulated or modified tense? In modulated tense, the pulse length, frequency, and amplitude can be constantly and automatically varied. So this cycle variation, why do we need the cycle variation? Because to avoid the principle of accommodation. Okay, so this is a variant which is used in place of the conventional tense. Now this is the electrode placement for different types of pain. This is the position of electrodes and electrical characteristics of TENS when it is used to manage the labor pain. This is the only modality which you can give to a patient when she's going through a labor pain. So when it is the first stage, the electrodes which is positioned, it targeting on T10 and 11 L1. Second stage of labor, the electrodes are positioned between S2 S4. Now, how do you have to do that? Between the contraction, it should be low intensity, that is burst. But during the contraction, it should be high intensity. This is how you place the electrode placement in the case of TENS. What are the
Excuse me, ma'am.
contraindications? Anji beta bolo.
मैम आपने जो लास्ट स्लाइड बताई मैम लेबर वाले में जो हम देते हैं मैम उसमें मैम पेशेंट पोजीशन क्या होगा?
पेशेंट का पोजीशन क्या होगा? साइड लाइन. आस्था साइड
मैम कैन
लाइन.
यू रिपीट?
साइड लाइन.
ओके मैम.
ओके. Contraindication with pacemaker, undiagnosed pain with a heart condition, head or neck of someone with epilepsy, venous or arterial thrombosis, indwelling phrenic nerve or urinary bladder stimulator. And you should never place a TENS near a diathermy device. Around the head, on the eyes, over mucosal surfaces, on the infected skin, across the chest of a patient with cardiac disease. And it should never be placed the electrodes on the carotid artery. Precautions: areas of skin irritation, damage or lesions, areas with impaired sensation, over abdominal, lumbosacral or pelvic regions during pregnancy other than for labor and delivery. Tissues which are vulnerable to hemorrhage or hematoma. Athletes should not be permitted to participate in sports while under the influence of tense analgesia. Extreme caution is needed in the patients who have hypersensitive areas. Incompetent patients should be given TENS with precautions, and with diagnosed malignancies, TENS should not be given on that particular area. TENS can be used for pain control in the case of malignancies, but with the informed consent of the patient. Okay, if there is no informed consent in the case of the malignancy, you should not go with the TENS. Okay, students, is it clear
Yes,
to
ma'am.
everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.